Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
Hello and welcome to the Popternative podcast, the podcast and talk show where we have digital discussions on worlds of TV, film, music, sports, pop culture, news, lifestyle, everything really, depending on the guests we talk about it all. As always, I'm your host, Peter Remoliotis. On social media, you know me as PD Beats. My guest is the drummer of a band called We Were Sharks, a band that just recently put out a new song for their single, a new music video for their single, Shameless. We are with Will Plummer. Will, welcome to Popternative, man.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, man. This is gonna be good.
It's been a long time. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a very long time.
We for my viewers, I mean, that don't know this, you and I have actually known each other for like a decade, and pretty much.
Yeah, probably like maybe close to, if not a little more.
I know it's pretty crazy. Has it sunk in that We Were Sharks has been a band for over 10 years though, man? Like there's been lineup changes, but you and Randy have been doing it for quite a long time.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like it has been a long time. A lot of different members, but like it's always just new buds cycling through. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's always been nice. It's always been fun. Like even the people who aren't in the band anymore, I'm still friends with. Like everything's cool. We just keep making music and having fun.
Now you've been playing in bands for a long time. One of your older bands, Smaller on You, is probably known as one of the most kind of legendary, pop punk bands in the Ottawa area. I mean, so good. You know what I mean? What was that music video? Emoticons?
Yeah.
So good. I mean, is it just one of those things too, where for people that know you, you know what I mean? You're in the band. You also you work on Elgin as a sous chef and everything. I mean, is it one of those things where you just kind of understand the landscape of being in a band? You just love playing in a band when you can, and you're okay with basically the life it is. Like it just seems like you haven't stopped playing drums.
Yeah, I mean, I like to play drums as much as I can, but like I can't make it a full-time thing, right? So
yeah, you
kind of do it when I can to have fun and other stuff to stay busy and make money, whatever.
But I spoke to Randy about that too, and I feel like it's crazy because We Were Sharks has had a lot of success in the last couple of years. I think it all started with Not a Chance in 2015. I think that record kind of started a lot of stuff and brought We Were Sharks to a different level. If you agree with me on that, but the reality sinks in, and unfortunately, people see like, oh my God, so many views, so many fans, you know what I mean? But it's hard to make money full time as a musician. Like that's how it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's super tough for sure, but like it's still fun to go and do it. Like we can get like millions of streams and go play a show somewhere and only like 20 kids come out, but like we still have the best time doing that.
But like it's pretty crazy. Like I know like guys like Randy and Jason don't really look at the numbers, but if I pull up my Spotify right now, I mean 72,000 monthly listeners for We Were Sharks on Spotify. Like, isn't that crazy? That's pretty.
It's wild to think about. It really is.
That's a lot of people like on a monthly basis.
It's freaking super cool too. Like that people actually care that much to listen. Like they like the tracks enough. Like.
I want to know from someone who's on the drums in the back, you kind of seeing everything going on. You kind of have the greatest view, one can make an argument, when you're playing a show, because you see like all your band members, and you can see the crowd and everything. You're kind of overseeing and looking at everything. What do you think is hitting stride with the audience and We Were Sharks and the listeners? Is it the catchiness? Is it Randy's voice? Is it the combination of kind of the like catchy, like fast punk riffs? Like what? I mean, there's a lot of things, but why do you think the band has become so popular?
I honestly have no idea. Like I know, like whenever we play shows, we like to have fun with it and like get a little like outrageous and like jump around a lot and just have a lot of fun. I think people see that and it kind of makes them get into it as well and like makes them want to have fun too.
Absolutely. Now firsthand that touring is not for everyone.
Yeah.
Firsthand, like I'm not a big fan of touring.
yeah, fair enough.
But it's one of those things too where, is that also one of your favorite things about We Were Sharks, the fact that you can kind of tour and go to different cities and have friends basically from all across, like all over the place basically? Like that's a cool thing where your music can kind of like take you to different kind of cities in North America and everything, and you have kind of these relationships and friendships with people that maybe you weren't able to do like 10 years ago, right? With social media and everything. It's pretty cool, right? Like I know We Were Sharks has, Chicago is a good spot for you guys. Like it's cool that you have those little spots too, right, Will?
Yeah. No, it's super cool. Like there's lots of places, like off the top of my head, I can't really think of any, but like a lot of places we go, we have friends or people in bands that we've played with that we like make relationships with, and they come out and we hang out and like stay at their places or go for drinks or dinner before, something like that. And it's like, yeah, it's like, other than playing shows, that's something to look forward to, going to new places. Like you go, you meet up with old friends, and it's like, cool, I haven't seen you in a year. Like, how you doing? And yeah, it's super neat.
Oh, absolutely. Is it does it ever sink in too that your band had an opportunity to kind of play like Canadian dates with some really big pop punk bands that was their first time in Canada, and your band happened to have the opportunity to share the stage with them in their first time kind of in the States? I'm talking in Canada. I'm talking about state champs. I'm talking about the Wonder Years. That's a pretty cool thing too for We Were Sharks.
Yeah, that was super cool. That was a long time ago too, and they're like up and coming, and like
I have that. I'm the first person to book state champs in Canada. That was the run we booked.
That's super rad.
That was the run we booked. Remember, they were supposed to come in the Ottawa date. They didn't have it. They had van troubles, but then they met us in Montreal. Remember that?
Okay, yeah.
At Underworld.
Yes, yeah. That place is rad.
But that was a lot.
This
was like, we're talking like 10 years ago.
Yeah, that was probably wasted, so I don't really remember a lot. But it happens.
Is it one of those things too where you know, we talked about it. You and Randy are the only two like original members of the band, but Jason has been in the band for a long time. It's almost like he's an original member, kind of like.
Yeah, at this point, I consider him to be an original guy, just because he's been there for like since the band really started taking off. He was there.
Yeah, absolutely.
When we started taking it more seriously, rather than just like somebody's putting out records and having fun and playing weekend, like. Yeah, Jason was there for sure.
It's weird because I've been the one thing, like when I moved to Ottawa, I mean, I was instantly, you know, a fan of when you were Sharks with an exclamation mark at the time.
Yeah.
And now We Were Sharks. No, but like I was a fan instantly. And I think that's kind of what happened. Do you think that a lot of that happened a lot with a lot of the songs that we saw on Highways? But like when you guys put out, you know, Keep Your Head Up Kid, and you put out Welcome to the Show, I mean, like the vibes are right there. Did you find that like the audience just kind of instantly, as soon as they heard it with everything going on, it was just kind of like, these are the songs. Like people would go crazy for that first batch of We Were Sharks songs.
Yeah, no, it was super cool. Like we did it in like Terry's bedroom, just everything MIDI, like just us hanging out, making some songs, and we put them online, and people just immediately reacted super positively to them, and like it was super cool to see.
It's pretty cool because, you know, you go on Spotify. First of all, it's pretty awesome that like most We Were Shark songs are all available kind of on one area on Spotify, right? Like I love that. I love that I could just like listen to all the We Were Shark songs basically on Spotify. Nice. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
we'll talk about Lost Touch, but I just want to say, not a Chance was kind of that record. I think that, you know, basically catapulted We Were Sharks a little bit. My favorite song on that record is not a song that people don't really, I mean, people love the Bridge Burner and the Say It Like You Mean It and Without You. Moving Forward is my favorite song on that record.
That's mine too.
I think it's the riff, dude. I think it's the American Pie pop punk feel of the riff.
Yeah, awesome? Yeah, for sure. It's like it's fast, it's fun, it's catchy, and like I don't know, it's fun to play too. That's my favorite one. We don't play it very often anymore, but yeah.
And then you put out Lost Touch, and Lost Touch was on Victory Records, and I think that was the one where like you guys were making music videos for all your singles. That was the one that really got a lot of attention.
Yeah,
what was your favorite song on that record specifically?
Probably Ashley.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Not probably. Just definitely Ashley.
But there's a lot of really cool. You know? There's a lot of really cool music videos for those songs too. Like you guys have had some cool music videos.
Yeah, we did some neat ones. Those guys, they were great.
The new one is Beetle Juice influenced a little bit too, right? A lot of people don't know about that. Man, Randy told me that, and I had no idea that was the thing. And then I rewatched it. I was like, oh shit! Like I love that.
Yeah. You know, and you just watch it at first, you're like, I don't really get it. But then you hear the Beetle Juice thing, you're like, it all makes sense.
I've talked to everyone in the band. I've done interviews with everyone in the band, and we're going to release them all. It's going to be great. It's awesome. It's good exposure. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you know, guys like you don't maybe have a chance to do one-on-one interviews. Maybe you're doing it all in the van, like the band van, you know, you're all asking questions. But I want to focus on you. Everyone is super stoked about this new record. Like, people are so excited about the new We Were Sharks record in the band. Like, do you agree too? Like, people are pumped about it.
Big time. It's going to be good. Like, it is good, but like, yeah, people are going to hear it. I think they'll be happy. It's a little different, but it's still Sharks at the end of the day.
But bands change naturally. Like that will like sound wise, that will happen. Like some of your favorite bands change naturally. Like, you know what I mean? Like you guys wrote Terry wrote, I only like the first album because of, the Take This to Your Grave, Fall Out Boy.
Yeah.
But like, I disagree with him there because I think From Under the Cork Tree is a fantastic record.
Yeah, that's an excellent one too.
Yeah. And no, that guy's just such a good songwriter. Some of the songs that he wrote of your band were just freaking amazing, man.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. In terms of, what do you hope people get out of We Were Sharks when they listen to it? Just kind of what we talked about, just like a fun, pop punk band with catchiness, good lyrics. Like, is that what it is? Like, just a good time in your ears, basically.
Yeah, that's what I aim for, really. Like, put it on, like, listen to it and say, hey, that's pretty sweet. I want to listen to it again. Show some buddies. Like, I don't know.
For people that know you, the background to you're a big horror movie guy. You're a big kind of geek and nerd. You like a lot of pop culture. Is it kind of interesting to kind of see the crossover between kind of like pop culture, sports, and music? There's always that kind of crossover. You know what I mean? Like Sharks are fans of certain things. Like people in TV shows love certain bands. You know what I mean? Like Tyler Posey from Teen Wolf loves We Were Sharks. He sang Bridge Burner on my show.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's so sick.
I know.
That's the coolest thing ever.
I know. He was like, I love We Were Sharks. Keep burning down bridges. I was like, is this happening right now?
Oh, man, that's awesome.
Like, it's weird because people say, like, oh, I love We Were Sharks, my favorite band. And I'm just like, holy fuck. Like, it's just Randy and Will and Colin. Like, I've known these guys for 10 years. You know what I mean?
A couple of buds making music,
It's really cool, though, to see how far you guys have come, though, man. Congrats on that, dude. It's really cool.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it very much. Thank you.
The reception for your family and friends, though, do they kind of tell you that, too? Like, man, like, you guys have done some really cool things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure. Everyone's super pumped about it. Like, we are, too. Just, like, I don't know. It's just weird just doing it, Like, day by day, I sleep in. I'm kind of lazy. Like, I don't know. I don't eat very well. I go to work, whatever. And then, like, every once in a while I get to leave and go do cool things and see cool stuff. And it's like, yeah, super cool.
Absolutely. Have you ever done a one-on-one interview like this before, or is this the first one?
It might be the first one, actually. I'm not an interview guy.
You're pretty good at the interview.
Thank you.
You're doing a good job. It's pretty crazy because, like, I remember interviewing Randy when Lost Touch came out, and then, like, basically doing the interview recently with him. It's like there's a lot of member changes, but like for me also knowing you guys, I respect and enjoy everyone in the band, and everyone kind of brings a lot. Matt Sears joins the band. Matt Sears, for people that know him, is one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, but also one of the best musicians I've ever met in my life.
Also true. The guy's nuts.
like he's so good
I don't get it. I wish I was as good at anything as he is at just music in general. The guy's great.
Again,
super
like
talented.
You like a lot of like pop punk, and you grew up with a lot of punk rock and stuff, but you like other genres too, right, Will?
Yeah.
Do you think that kind of helps? Because we know Randy loves country, and we know Matt likes a lot of progressive metal, a lot of other things. The fact that you guys like other genres of music, do you feel like it allows the band to be more well-rounded, and the writing is kind of cool because all these different sounds come in?
Yeah, I think so. And on this record too, especially, like a lot of Matt's writing and stuff, it's like different than Shark stuff we've had before. Like, it's still at the end of the day sounds like Sharks, but like
absolutely,
you can tell that there's someone else in there that's like has different ideas that we normally wouldn't have like thought of. And like,
but I mean, a big part of being in a band is the operations aspect of it, helping with the tour stuff, the business aspect of it. And Colin Jacques is someone who's been in the band for quite a bit right now as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's been around, you know what I mean, the scene. Like, he's toured with a lot of bands in the Oshawa area and stuff, you know what I mean? So I find it cool because it's just like We Were Sharks becomes this powerhouse band with a lot of different people that have so much experience, on the tour side of things, but have so much experience with, like, writing music and stuff. You basically have a lot of experience, like the whole thing, basically, which is good. Have you ever thought about all five of you kind of coming together? Like, the current lineup is just like, it's like a super group almost. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's super cool, but like, I don't know, the way I don't see it in that sense though. Like, I just see it as like,
these are my friends. We play music.
Yeah, friends who like to play music together. Like, and that's just all it is to me. Like, people have their like certain strengths and like areas and stuff, which is cool. But at the end of the day, we're just friends who want to make music together and play shows. Like,
no, absolutely. Yeah. Well, Will, we got this done. Thank you so much for coming on the show, man.
Yeah, no problem, man.
This is awesome.
Great. I had a blast.
I've done so many interviews, and this was one that I was actually like really excited to do.
I'm glad I could be part of it. That's
very
awesome.
Quickly before we go. I know you have a lot of cool stories. Very quickly, what's one cool story that you can kind of tell about, We Were Sharks or a tour or something?
I don't even know. Like, you put me on the spot. I can't think of any right now.
You have so many stories. That's like the best thing about the best thing about like bumping into you at a bar is like you tell me a story every time. It's like story time with Will Plummer.
Oh man, I honestly can't think of anything right now. I don't, there's too many. I'm drawing a blank. This is why I'm not an interview guy. You ask me a question, I draw a blank.
That venue, Underworld,
yeah,
had a lot of stairs. You remember those stairs?
Oh yeah.
But the venue was wicked. Like, if they didn't have the stairs, that would have been, like, in my opinion, like the perfect venue. Like, that venue was perfect.
It was laid out sweet. It was big. It was nice. Like, the sound was great.
But those stairs, man.
The stairs. They had that guy was named Tony, and he just lugged all the amps up by himself.
Yeah, Andrew.
The guy was a machine. Yeah,
Andrew. You know the story about that. The guy that was he moved me, like, my family from Montreal to Ottawa.
Oh, really?
And I was like, you are strong. I'm booking some shows. Do you want to come be like a roadie and help move equipment? That's a story. That's literally what it was.
That's awesome.
That guy was like, that guy had like literally like a big amp like on his back and was going up 2 flight stairs.
He had a big bass fridge on his back and just ripping up the stairs like a nutcase.
I know. It was crazy. Thank you so much for doing this. Obviously, people could they could watch the music video now for Shameless. They can listen to it on Spotify. And the record's gonna come out soon, hopefully.
Yeah, sometime in the new year, hopefully sooner than later, for sure.
And where can people follow you on Instagram to keep up to date with everything?
Instagram, I'm at Thrill Bummer.
It's a good one. Seriously, man, it's great. It was great to see you, man. Thank you so much for doing this, dude.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. Take care.
Absolutely. Well, this has been Popternative. YouTube.com/Popternative for previous episodes. Until next time, this is Will Plummer from We Were Sharks and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.